You will stay with us as we move on to our next news. Russian President Vladimir Putin is urging diplomacy in the Middle East as tensions remain high following the Iran-Israel conflict. In a call with U.S. President Donald Trump, Putin stressed that all disputes in the region, including the Iran crisis, must be resolved through political and diplomatic means. The Kremlin said Putin reiterated Moscow's position that conflicts should not escalate through military action. The leader's call comes as the U.S. announces new sanctions on Iran's oil industry and as Washington warns Tehran over its decision to curb IAEA inspections. Iran, however, insists it remains committed to the Non-Proliferation Treaty and that its cooperation with the IAEA will continue, but only through its Supreme National Security Council. The ceasefire brokered by the U.S. has held for now, but regional tensions remain on the edge. Now we are joined back with our guest Rohan Ratna. Thank you, Rohan, for staying with us. Now, Putin calls for political solutions while Washington tightens oil sanctions. Do these parallel tracks bolster stability or set up a clash of strategies here? And which regional actors are likely to seize on Moscow's line?
Asuma, we have seen that President Putin's conversation with President Trump has had a movement in a direction of negotiation, of arbitration, and of mediation. So I think that it's a very good strategy because whatever militarily that has happened between the US and Iran and Israel and Iran, at the end of the day, it must translate into strategic and political gains, diplomatic gains. So I believe that this is the time for the United States, for China, for Russia, and even Israel to work to have a discussion, a dialogue with Iran, how Iran should move forward. But certainly, Iran should stop sponsoring terrorism globally, should cease support for its proxies, and also should abandon the idea of having a nuclear weapons program. Looking at Iran's history, Iran should never be permitted to build a nuclear weapons capability because it has played a very decisive role funding and supporting extremist and terrorist groups.
Thank you, Rohan, for sharing that insight. You will stay with us as we stay in the region. Tensions between